Hello dear Gemini, welcome to Divine Debut. This is your Venus Retrograding Tarot Reading for the season, roughly mid-May till end of June. Venus will be moving through Gemini until the beginning of August, so Nine of Swords. Okay, Nine of Swords, a lot of worry for you dear Gemini. Too much overthinking. We know that Venus retrograding in your sign will bring back conversations, people and situations from the past. This could have to do with love, money, but this is a relationship cross. So let's look at what's happening with you and your relationships, Gemini, during this season. Okay, this is Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay, so where is this relationship rooted from? Let's look at the distant past. And you've got the Tower. Yeah, so the Tower. This relationship has brought much change and an awakening for you as well. Let's look at the now, what's happening. We've got the Page of Swords, which is the communicator. We know the Page of Swords is very much like your energy. This looks as though someone could also be spying on the internet. This is someone studying a situation. This could be the messenger coming in. Let's look at where you're coming from in this relationship. And you're coming from the Five of Cups. That's what you were dealing with whilst going through this relationship. So Five of Cups is usually showing someone that's come from a different relationship, one that was not working, or maybe you needed to emotionally, you were looking for the balance but you didn't find it for whatever reason. Okay, Five of Cups is looking at the past. At some point there was a celebration with this connection, but then what happened? Let's look at what they were bringing to the table. Three of Swords. Wow, Gemini. Three of Swords can speak of a third person in the situation, but it can also speak of heartbreak. Okay, maybe this person broke your heart. Okay, Three of Swords can be really, really harsh. Let's look at what the future holds for this relationship. And we've got the Seven of Wands. So we've got Chiron here in the Botticelli Tarot. And Chiron is that open wound. It's got to do with childhood conditioning. It's got to do with an open wound in general. Now, Wands does speak of fire, so you may have been dealing with someone that had strong fire in their chart. We've also got water. The Swords could be your energy, but with the Three of Swords here, their perception of this relationship was that it cannot get through the wounds. Okay, Seven of Wands can be that both of you are trying or willing to put the work in. It is in the ball is in your court for both of you. This is the future, but you have to overcome any open wounds from the past through conversation. And this is the messenger. We know that the Page of Swords is all about communicating. Now you're coming through as more emotional, so you probably have got more water in your chart. Three of Swords, we know, is all about our perception, but it's also communicating. Some of you, maybe someone was coming from a past relationship, they were carrying their wounds with them, and that could be for both of you. Okay, and we know that this, whatever has gone on here, it's got the potential to heal the soul. This is Chiron. Okay, Chiron was wounded by his own people, so therefore he had self-worth issues. Now this could be you or your partner, that you did not feel good enough or you did not feel worthy enough in this relationship. Let's have a look. At the bottom of the deck we've got the Eight of Wands. This is a general energy, which means this could be Eight of Wands, that you could be dealing with someone that's at a distance, but this is also the Cupid's love arrows coming through. So there could be communication around what you desire And this is also maybe desiring the chance to communicate what makes you happy. Some of you could be dealing with someone that is at a distance, okay, from a different culture. What's beneath that? And we've got the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is a resurrection of something, being given a second chance. Let's have a look at the Lenormand. And I feel that you both came together to heal each other's wounds. And that could be self-worth or past difficult relationships. You do have the 7 and the 8, which is good to see. Let's have a look, dear Gemini. We've got the key. And the key could be a solution. But this could also be something that, you know, there was a problem with anything to do with stability, I would say, more than likely. The key is a number 33. And this could also mean something to do with liberation. One of you may have been someone who needed to escape a situation, maybe a past relationship. This can also speak of openness. Now, this is Venus in Taurus, and that's all about self-worth and values. Let's have a look. We've got the Sun, and the Sun speaks of true love, clarity, healing, but also children. And we've got the lilies. Now, the lilies can speak of something very pure, something very moral. So I don't think that there was deception here with the Three of Swords. I feel as though it's more about pain and heartache, breaking someone's heart. So I would say, dear Gemini, that your person was heartbroken or that you broke their heart. That could mean also that there was, maybe they left the situation because of a heartbreak. Maybe they left you. But this is also a number 3. 30 is breaks down to a 3, and it's the mother. It's something very motherly and pure, but there's also the sexual connotation to the lilies as well. So I do feel that there was a lot of desire between the two of you, but there was also a pure energy. And we've got the book here, and the book can speak of secrets, but it can also speak of knowledge. And I feel as though this was a lesson. This relationship brought forth education and lessons to both of you. Okay. And this is very Neptune in Pisces, and that can speak of lack of clarity and searching for the answers. Someone is looking for the truth here. Let's have a look at the romance angels. Now, we've also got the Sun, so that could speak of Leo, Sagittarius in the fire element. The Tower can speak of Scorpio and Pluto. Scorpio is also something, it's, you know, it's the house of intimacy, but it's also the house of transformation. Something was not built on solid ground. When this relationship began, there was a major shift happening in your lives. So it's brought about many changes, maybe even wreaking havoc. Let's have a look. And we've got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So this, through the conversations, I would say, there is a decision that needs to be made. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. I don't believe what just happened. I did not do that on purpose. And this is calling in your soulmate, dear Gemini. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And I do believe with the lily here, and I've got the goosebumps, the lily, which is pure, it's Mother Mary energies. So it's a very motherly energy. I do feel that this is a divine union, one that had gone through a lot of lessons, obviously. Let's take more cards. But the healing is here with Chiron, healing self-worth. And also, you know, 7 of Wands is also having the fighting spirit. Someone's been maybe keeping you at bay. I believe that this is your person. I believe that they've been keeping you at bay because they were heartbroken by you. But now I feel that with that 7 of Wands, and 7 is spirit for me. Let's have a look at more cards. I feel that the healing will come to pass. Let's have a look at the position of you with the 5 of Cups. And we've got the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is someone who's willing to do the work. Now this may be a relationship situated around work. Some of you may have met this person through your employment. But this is saying also that Pentacles are all about values and they're all about worth. Okay, so it does speak of someone very steady. So you are ready to do the work. You are ready to, and you may even also be looking at the details, trying to bring this to fruition. Let's have a look at your person, Gemini. And we've got the 6 of Swords. Now, 6 of Swords is leaving troubles behind, moving to calmer waters. We've got 9 swords altogether. And 9 swords can speak of a lot of worry, anguish, stress, and anxiety. 6 of Swords, though, is moving on to calmer waters. And it does speak also of movement, literal movement, moving over water, maybe. So let's have a look. We've got flight, travel, and we've got travel over water. Let's have a look at the distant past. Wow, Gemini. We've got the Lovers and we've got the 9 of Swords. So I feel as though there was a choice that needed to be made, a head over heart decision. Gemini is all about communicating, being open, okay? But it's also, Gemini is also dualistic. So it's very logical thinking and maybe too much logic, too much stress here with that 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords usually shows someone that cannot settle their mind. So there's a major decision that needed to be made in the past. And I believe that the choice more than likely has been made. And that, especially with the Sun card here, the Sun card is true love, but it's also the House of Leo. The House of Leo, which is also the house of fun and risk-taking. Let's have a look at that 8 of Wands, which is the general energy. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. So someone's been looking at a situation, wondering whether they would invest more time, more money, more of their, and time is of essence, they say. Someone is very slow moving. So we've also got Earth here. And the Earth is all about planning, okay? The energy of Earth is all about something long-term. So these messages are not going to come through unless someone is certain about whether they're ready to invest more time, more of what is important to them. Let's have a look at the outcome. And we have the 6 of Pentacles, which means equal giving and receiving. Now, in the 6 of Pentacles, this could also speak of legalities, things that are monetary. So it usually shows the scales, doesn't it? So Libra is partnerships, right? 6 of Pentacles is generosity. And 6 of Pentacles says to me that the wounds will heal once there is equal giving and receiving. So a balancing out, a harmonizing energy here that will bring in the healing in this relationship. Look at all these cards. Calling in your soulmate. This is Archangel Michael, and I feel as though a lot of you have been praying and sending your wishes out to the divine, that there will be communication. There are a lot of swords, a lot of worry that Gemini has been dealing with. But there is passion here, and there's also 6 of Pentacles, the physicality of it. It's not only fire, and the Pentacles can also speak of long term. Someone is willing now to reciprocate if they were not in the past. And they could be also communicating what they've been through, as I feel as though a lot has happened for you and your partner, dear Gemini. All right, let's take a couple of my handwritten cards. I would say that around, you know, this could even be around the time of July, August, especially the month of July, once Venus has started to move direct, for sure. Let's take one more card. One fell out. Let's have a look at this one. I have so much on my plate. I don't know if I can offer you anything. I have been through a lot. Exactly what I was saying. And the card that fell out, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I will go with my gut. I've got no choice. So I feel as though we've got 11 here. 9 and 2 is 11. I feel as though this relationship has gone through a karmic situation, but 11 does provide, and it is, justice is number 11. It does also provide an opening for this relationship to start a new chapter. And it does say very soon, so make sure that you are ready. You've decided, and I'm going to say that if you know yourself. So if you have already decided on who is your soulmate, who is the person that you connect to on a very deep soul level, then it could be your partner that could be deciding between you and someone else, as they may be also dealing with past grievances. And we know that with the key here, this could also be an escape, a solution to get away from something that was difficult, that kept them in their head, okay? All right, so Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I do hope that this gave you a little bit of clarity. I'm only going to take one more card, okay? Someone is going with their gut because they've got no choice. They're using their intuition. And here we've got the Ace of Wands. You are very attractive. I don't know if I can keep my hands off you. So there is a very strong sexual connection here. It does speak of taking the action, and it is an ace, which equals 12, and 12 is the Hanging Man. So it's going to take a little bit of time as someone is connecting to spirit, and they are receiving the download, I would say, or the enlightenment of what they need to do. And the Hanging Man is Pisces, which speaks of an ending of a cycle, an era for you, Gemini. All right, thank you so much. Sending you much love, much light, and thank you for your support. Talk to you soon.